Om Shri Mahasaraswatya Namaha. Om Shri Gurumukhe Namaha. I am Acharya G.V. Krishnamurthy from College of KP Astrology, Padmarao Nagar, Hyderabad. Now, we will analyze the 11th house. Out of the Karakatwas of the 11th house, we can say further studies, PhD, studying of completing PhD or success in all these undertakings. A person may attempt to do so many things in his life. All these will be useful and successful only if 11th house is very good. 11th house is house of gains, house of success. So 11th house is important. But here, in this chart, 11th house has gone to 12th house. So the native will not be able to successfully in all his attempts, all his undertakings, because 11th house has gone to unclockwise movement from Virgo to Libra, 12th house. So that is one point. Due to the custom displacement, we can straight away tell without even analyzing anything. By seeing the chart itself, we can say that all his attempts will not be successful in his life. Let us examine one or two points to substantiate this claim. Here, success in education, because 11th house indicates the success in education. So 11th house, we have to check up for success in education. 4th house for studies up to degree level, basic education. 9th is higher education. Here comes 9th house, upper education, higher education. Whether a person can do, we have already checked this, the person will have higher education. But we wanted to know whether he will complete PhD or not. How to check up? Then we have to check up the 11th purpose of what is the primary cut for analyzing success in education and completion of PhD, doctorate. The rule says if 11th purpose abroad is a significator of 9-11 and also 3-6, then the native succeeds in doing his PhD in education during the conjoined period of 4-9-11. And you have to check up the 4th cuspal abroad also for this. But here we can find out that 11th cuspal abroad is Mercury. Mercury is the karaka for education. So naturally, Mercury gives success. But Mercury is posited in the first house, owner of 8th house. 8th house means lot of obstructions, unhappiness, dissatisfaction. So 11th cuspal abroad indicates 8th. He doesn't have any second house to own. Mercury is in the star, in his own star. Mercury is in Jesta star. The star lord is Mercury only. Sublord is Saturn, a planet of giving breaks, obstruction. A planet of obstruction is Saturn. Saturn is in 6th house, owner of 3-4. So 3 is the opposing house to the 4th house. So 4th house, even though he initiates education, 3rd house opposes. So here, the 11th cuspal abroad Mercury signifies 8th house, a house of obstruction, even though he himself wants to help in doing his research. Mercury directly helps, Mercury is karaka for education. But unfortunately, he is posited in 11th house. He is in Lagna and owner of 8th house. 8th house gives all kinds of obstructions. It will not allow you to go forward. But at the same time, he is in the own star, which has become very strong. 8th house become very strong because Mercury star lord himself is himself and he is sub of Saturn, who is owning 3rd house along with 4. So 3rd house is also opposing house for 4th. So by virtue of this, the native will not be able to complete PhD, doctorate in education, even though his higher education is there, because Mercury 11th cuspal abroad will not allow him to get success in the getting a doctorate in education. So further studies in education will not be successful. Next is gain in all undertakings, success or gain in all his undertakings. Undertaking means in all proceedings, whatever manner he wants to do. In his life, a person wants to do so many things in his life. Whether he will succeed in all his attempts or not, let us check. How to check up? The rule is, if the 11th Kaspa Lord signifies 6, 11, along with 1, 2, 3, 10. And when that means all these are not required, anyone, either 6 or 11, or 1, 2, 3, 10, then the native succeeds in all undertakings during the conjoined period of the significators of 6, 11. 1, 2, 3, 10. 6, 11, 1, 2, 3, 10. Litigation, election, sports matches, etc., share markets, speculation, etc., they have to be checked from 6th house only, not from 11th house. So, now what? Let us see. 11th Kaspa about Mercury. Mercury is posited in the 8th house. So, but his star lord is Mercury, only, self only, and sub lord is Saturn. Saturn is in 6th house. So, the rule, as per rule, 11th Kaspa sub lord signifies 6th house. And 11th house along with 12 also, because Saturn is a sublord for Venus. For Venus it is a sublord, and Saturn decides the result of Venus, and Venus is supposed to give 11th house, 12th house, 7th house, 1st house results. Here it is posited in 6th house, and also 12th house. 12th house is the last negative house, and 11th house is there, but 6th house, Saturn is delays. He delays, but he never denies. Saturn always delays in giving its result, but he never denies. That means, because 11th Kaspa sublord Mercury, sublord is Saturn, so Saturn always delays. Saturn gives a success, 6th house success, and 11th house through Venus success, but through 12th house, it will not be successful. As we have discussed earlier in some other YouTube, Mars is aspecting Saturn. Mars is in Aquarius, and with 4th aspect, it is aspecting Saturn. So Mars is the lord of 5 and 6. So the 4th house is the opposing house to 6th house. So both the negative houses 5 and 12 has come, along with the positive houses 6 and 11. So thereby the native will be successful partially and unsuccessful partially. That means he may be successful to a larger extent, maybe some 60%, and he may not be successful up to 40%. He attempts in his lifetime. He may be attempting a number of issues to do, certainly, but he may succeed in some things, but he may not succeed in some other things. So this is the way, in this way, we have to analyze the houses and the signs which are involved. And the planets also we have to check up. Here, for higher education, Mercury, even though it can give success in education because it's Karaka, because of leadership owning the 8th house, it is spoiling himself, and he will not be able to deliver the goods of completing the PhD and giving the positive results, all the positive results, all the time. Tasmai Sri Gurumurti Namaha, Idam Sri Dakshinamurti.